You don't need to stop eating sugar. What you need is to learn how to eat it correctly so that you don't become addicted to it and so that it doesn't wreak havoc in your body or skyrocket your blood sugar or your inflammation levels. Now, I'm not saying eating tons of sugary stuff every day. It's not exactly a recipe for health, but I am saying, as a naturopathic doctor, that I believe in the balance of eating a whole, well-rounded diet, and, well, sometimes I can include a little sugar. Am I right? So let's learn how to eat it correctly. First, when we eat sugar, whether it's in the form of white sugar or honey or maple syrup or even brown sugar, it is quickly absorbed from our gut and sent straight into our bloodstream, and that causes our blood sugar levels to shoot up. To bring that blood sugar level down, our body pumps out a hormone called insulin from the pancreas. But if too much insulin floods the system, it can lead to a chain reaction that winds up sparking inflammation. This is because insulin spikes can trigger inflammatory chemicals in our bodies. But the good news here is that you can slow down this process by pairing sugar with protein. If you eat a sugary treat alongside some protein, it slows down how quickly that sugar enters the bloodstream because protein takes longer to break down. And that means that everything, the sugar included, gets digested and absorbed at a slower and steadier rate. Plus, protein also releases a hormone called glucagon, and that naturally counteracts the action of insulin, making it even easier for your blood sugar levels to stay stable. So you can pair your dessert with things like nuts or seeds or even a bit of Greek yogurt with all of that protein. You can also add healthy fats like the ones in nuts and avocados and olive oil. They work similarly. Fats are slower to digest and can create a bit of a barrier in your stomach that delays sugar absorption. And this slows everything down even more, meaning that less of that insulin spike that we are trying to avoid. I like to add a little bit of sugar-free almond butter or peanut butter to my cookies when and if I do indulge in them. Even when I do have an occasional sweet tooth, I try to eat my sweets midday rather than late at night. Your body digests food more efficiently earlier in the day when you're more active. In the evening, your metabolism slows down, and so does our ability to process all of that extra sugar. So by having a sweet treat around lunchtime, you are more likely to burn that energy throughout the day. And to help burn that extra energy, a quick 10 to 15 minute walk after a sugary snack, that's my next tip. Moving your muscles helps draw sugar from the bloodstream into the muscle cells where it can be used as fuel to make energy, again, reducing that insulin spike. And lastly, and this one's simple, but it's crucial, keep your portions in check. No need to eat an entire slice of cake or a huge bowl with 3 scoops of ice cream in there. A small piece or a single scoop can satisfy your craving, and it's much, much easier for your body to handle, especially if you're using those other strategies that I mentioned. Now, these tips have actually made a huge difference for lots of people, helping them enjoy a little sweetness in their lives without sacrificing their health. As a warning, these tips might not be for everyone, especially if you are experiencing chronic inflammation and unexplainable painful joints. If that sounds like you, check out this video here.